Now we go to Shimon HaTzadik. Shimon the righteous. He was from the last of the Knesset HaGedolah. And he said, the world stands on three pillars. On Torah, on Torah, it doesn't only mean the study of Torah, it means the life of Torah. It's one thing to learn Torah, and it's another thing to live Torah. That's a very, very important thing, because if we learn Torah and we don't live Torah, so then it's a contradiction to what we learn. And people could then misinterpret the Torah itself, because when they look at a student of Torah who doesn't behave like a Torah student, then they can say, this is what the Torah teaches. And you can come to a Chilul Hashem, you can come to the desecration of the holy name. And when Shimon HaTzadik said this al HaTorah, he didn't just mean the written Torah, which is very, very important to know. He meant Torah Shebeksav, which is the Torah, the 5 Svarim that we received in our Sinai. Also means Torah Shel Baal Peh, the oral interpretation of Torah. Al Avoda, the Gemara says, Avoda zu tefillah. Avoda, that is prayer. The world needs prayer. When God created the world, it didn't rain. Rashi says, till Adam prayed. Once he prayed, then it rained. I say, why is it called Avoda? The literal translation of Avoda is work. So why is tefillah, prayer, called work? But anybody that tries to concentrate a whole time through davening knows that to be focused throughout the prayers, that's a job in itself. That's an avodah. Avodah also meant, in the time of the temple, the sacrificial offerings that they did. That's the schus of korbanos. Not that God needs sacrifices. The prophet says himself, you think I need all your sacrifices? Hashem wants our heart. But Hashem gave us a means through which to be able to connect to Him. And one of the ways is through korbanos. And it's also comforting to know that since we're human beings, we make mistakes, that we are able to get forgiveness for our mistakes. And that is by bringing a korban. If a Jew does an aveira b'shogeg, unintentionally, so God says, I know that you're a human being, so therefore I'll give you the opportunity to bring a korban chatos, and this way you'll be able to secure forgiveness. And the third one was gemilas chasodim, which we all know means kindness. Kindness doesn't only mean a person who's needy, you help him. It also means you make it possible that a person shouldn't become needy. That is what we call the refuah before the machla. This is based on a pasuk in Torah. The Torah says, Olam chesed yiboneh. David HaMelech said, the world is built on chesed. That's what this refers to over here. The rabbis say another thing here, which is important to know. Gedola gemilas chasodim, greater is the kindness that we do, yosim and tzedakah, more than tzedakah, more than charity. Now what's the difference between gemilas chesed, between kindness and charity? Tzedakah, when somebody gives charity, somebody sticks out his hand, you put in $1 in his palm, you did tzedakah with your money. But gemilas chesed, the Gemara says, is begufoy ubememayna. That not only do you do it with your money, you also do it with your life force, with your body. You help a person, you help him load, you help him unload, you carry his bags, whatever you do to help a person. The Gemara also says another differentiation, that tzedakah is only for the impoverished people. Charity you give to poor people. But gemilas chesed, kindness, is ben la'aniyim ben la'ashirim. Kindness you can do not only with the poor people, you can also do it with the rich people. There's another reason why gemilas chesed is greater than tzedakah. The Gemara says that tzedakah, charity, you can give only to the living people, but gemilas chesed, kindness, not only can you do it with the living people, you can also do it with the people that have departed. When we learn Mishnayos for a departed soul, when we give charity in the merit of a departed soul, when we light a candle, when we visit their tomb, when we remember their good deeds and emulate them, when children follow on the paths of their parents and forefathers, that's all included in Chesed. So that's what Shimon HaTzadik was trying to give us to understand. That what are the foundations? What are the most important elements in the world? That's Torah, that's Avodah, that's Gemilas Chassadim.